Hi Jade, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am very well, thank you very much.
Well, some call it a corona coaster, which I think I have to agree with. I think there's highs and there's lows, and then there's, okay, I'm fine. And then you kind of find a good project or you start creating something. Or I'm a yoga teacher as well as an actor. So I kind of have the balance of two. So I've got the security of my yoga clients. But obviously the acting stuff has completely stopped, or at the start of lockdown it stopped. So I'm coping okay. It's got better, but yeah, it's weird, it's crazy. I think someone should make a film on it. Put it on Netflix.
And how are you staying creative? What are you doing to stay creative?
I've just created a YouTube channel for my yoga. So I've started uploading 10-minute, 20-minute, half an hour tutorials on there for my yoga clients. And then with the acting, I'm just keeping up with my accent training. So my Australian, don't test me, New York, American, Californian, all those kind of accents, just keeping those ticking over. And then just learning new stuff. So just going on and looking at monologues and trying out a few new things that I probably wouldn't have the time to do otherwise if I was back and forth to London and traveling all over for stuff.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. A lot of people have just sat down and gone, right, what can I do now? How can I take myself forward? What can I learn? So, that's fantastic that you're sitting down and giving yourself the time.
Normally I'm running back and forth to London. I'm on trains trying to listen to podcasts or trying to brush up on accents and getting weird looks on the train. So it's nice to be in my house and just learning and having that time, and no real pressure to get it right or, master anything, and having that time to fail as well. Because I think, you learn from failure. You don't have the time to fail. Whereas now you've got we had 11 weeks, 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So, the accents have failed, and then they've picked up, and then they've got better, and then they've got worse.
But I think that's a really valid point. It's really important to fail. Never be
Mm-hmm.
afraid to fail. I think that's a wonderful thing. You learn so much more failing than you
Mm-hmm.
do when you've sort of finished everything. It's those first little steps that you take, and the failures. It's the iceberg effect, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And just touching upon that, because I teach yoga, a lot of my students think I've got to nail that yoga pose. I've got to be able to touch my toes. I've got to do that headstand. And I think it's more about failing on the journey to get to that destination. And that really kind of works in with acting as well.
This lockdown seems to have sort of really opened up the ingenuity sort of channels. A lot of people are trying different things as well. I think actors are really great in going for or failing and just carrying on.
Yeah, I think a lot of actors have kind of been in their comfort zone, maybe just going for theatre auditions or singing. Whereas now I think a lot of actors, especially on Instagram and with social media, people are opening up YouTube channels and they are starting to try new avenues and collaborate more. And I think I don't know what musical it was, but they did like a sing-along on Zoom, and they had everyone popping in at different times, and it was just incredible. And you think, like, 11 weeks ago that wouldn't have even been an option. No one would have thought of that, but someone sat at home and thought, right, let's do, I don't know, Lion King live. And it's amazing. Imagine being in your lounge and watching Lion King on Zoom.
See, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. As I said, we're not sort of doctors and nurses, but we do bring happiness to people, and we do create something that people can take away with, and hopefully just give them a bit of happiness in their lives.
Yeah, I think that's so important at these times because it's so uncertain. I think a lot of people are kind of panicking. Do you use TikTok? I've just downloaded TikTok about 8 weeks ago. And I started off slow, did like one or two, but actually those 2 seconds or 3 second clips just bring so much happiness to people. And on Instagram, if I don't upload a TikTok, people start to get upset. So I've got a new following crowd now on TikTok.
And that seems to drive you at the moment. That seems to keep you ticking along.
It does. Nice little pun there. It does. It keeps me ticking along. And actually, sometimes I think, oh, what have I got done today? I've done about 5 TikToks. I've ticked those off my list. That's being productive for me right now, TikToks.
But that's creativity. That's creativity, and that's you exercising your craft. You're still exercising those muscles. You're flexing those muscles, but in a different way. And look what this has done for the creative mind. I think it really has sort of forced us into a different area, and really, just trying different avenues. So good on you. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I never would have had time to start TikTok up, or not really the confidence. I'd had meetings with people before, and they were like, you should be on TikTok, and I didn't really know where to start. But again, having the time and kind of being forced to do it, I just thought, I'm just going to upload it and see what happens. I think in the first hour I had about 1,800 views on my first video. Obviously it's gone down now because I'm a bit up and down with them, but they can only get better, can only get more followers.
Of course, keep going. That's fantastic. And that wouldn't have happened if this hadn't happened. Look at what adversity does to us. It's amazing. We have to think, and we have to look for different avenues. What drives you?
What drives me is, again, kind of making people laugh, making people happy, and just giving them a little slice outside of their lives. Because I think at the moment people are so kind of fixed on getting back to normality, and they're kind of uncertain and worried. And I think sometimes you just need that little laugh, or that moment out of your life, and to watch someone else's, whether it be a fail on Instagram, or whether it be a fail on a commercial, or a stupid accent, just to give someone that little moment that they can carry through their day with them. I think that's so important. And that drives me. Also, my mum and dad, like to make those proud, obviously. I think I'm just driven by new ideas, and always creating, and coming up with something new, or collaborating, meeting new people. So many drives.